Keys again came from the home studio, which is literally a bedroom.
Song cake.
So this is LA Runaway,
Yeah.
inspired because you were in LA?
Yeah, I mean, we realised that we were one song short on the record. We felt like record needed another song, and
Another feeling.
more the feeling that was missing.
It's been more high energy, right?
Well, we were starting to kind of put stuff in like a rough order and think about what colours were missing from the record, and we'd done a couple of sessions with Eve. Some of them were kind of like further than others, and then we returned to Reese's bedroom where most of the songs are written, sat together with acoustic guitar.
Yeah, so this one was written quite differently because it wasn't really a electronic thing. It was the only one on this record we sat down with an acoustic guitar.
Right.
So we were at the kitchen table with this.
Feeling is
That Feeling Is Gone is another song from the album, which we actually demoed a few years ago. It was one of the only songs we've returned to that we'd written for another, it didn't ever make a record basically, but we had it hanging around.
This is more traditional acoustic.
Just sat down.
Yeah, for the starting point, and then again the vocal was pretty much improv, like the verse anyway, more or less, start to finish was quite improvised, and then we came back to it.
We didn't have the lyric or the actual theme though, so we kind of started building a song. Started with the guitars, very quickly moved into electronic world, and it was more like a marauder thing. It was more kind of arpeggios, type thing, and a bit kind of new ordery almost. Again, we took it to LA, went through a few journeys there, decided to introduce the real elements, the drums and the bass, and we had melodic ideas for lyrics, but it's another one of those, as Faris was saying, I went out of the studio. When I came back, I could hear you singing some of the lyrics in
It's the relief. Yeah.
We started.
Let's have a listen.
That guitar was recorded in my bedroom, actually, that lead guitar
Nice.
that we managed to use on it.
It's quite new order, isn't it?
It is a little bit, yeah. Bit of a Curie kind of sound.
Yeah.
So it's Jordan playing drums, so it's one of his kind of Horrors debuts. And now he's our
Is he in the band?
full-time drummer, yeah. Keys again came from the home studio, which is literally a bedroom. Again, there's a kind of element of like euphoria, quite trancey, quite paddy, quite big. Almost could be the end of the rave kind of. Yeah, I don't even like the word rave, but you know what? Inspired by that world of music that can be quite emotive.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a nice combination. We always like a combination of things.
Cause I have to go over the studio, you know what I'm running from.
Feels like it's its own remix soon, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Can you put the drums in?
So yeah, the drums were recorded in London, the guitars recorded in my bedroom, the vocal recorded in LA, so that's kind of how this record works a bit.
That's exciting. I like that.
And interesting because we've ended up with a whole new band really, so there's Jordan's on the drums, Amelia's in keyboard world, so it's been good.
So Jordan's playing on this.
This is him recorded at Holy Mountain in East London. Yeah. We did record this with Victor in LA, and as fantastic as he was, it was just a bit too kind of pro for us, right? A little bit too kind of session drummery. We wanted a bit more of like a traditional Horrors feel, like.
I mean, to be entirely truthful, we did pretty much end up replacing all of Victor's drums. It was a great process working with him because of how even just the fact that he managed to record 6 songs in a day was nuts. But
What, just 6 songs in a day?
yeah, he was really good. But the issue for us was it was too precise, and it was kind of missing. Jordan has a really incredible tone when he plays, and the way he naturally, the placement where he hits the drums, he's got such power in his playing, but I suppose, yeah, the tone just, it really lines up with the things that appeal to us.
I feel like
Is there programming under that?
Yeah.
There's programming drums as well, would it? Or is that all just drums?
There are,
Yeah.
I mean, at points there were the whole, all the drums are programmed, so we sort of, there'll be little bits throughout, yeah.
And this feels like it's going to be a classic live song.
We have been playing it live, yeah.
it's another of those ones that's kind of like, it felt like it was going to be quite poppy, for want of a better word, when we just was strumming it out on a guitar, which is sometimes quite a good sign of where it's going to go. But I think you should put that lyrically, I think it's really cool because it really was a product of us being there. Like we were almost running away a bit ourselves. We were in a different situation, writing, working. It was just Faris and I in this place. We were walking there every day to the studio, so we were spending a good hour and a half. Like
It's a lovely thing walking to this.
there and back.
Yeah.
My favourite things about being in the studio actually is, not my favourite thing, but is breakfasts and the chats you have before and the meal times. It's all the stuff in between recording that taking it somewhere else makes it exciting and an adventure, and you're kind of subconsciously taking in all the surroundings and everything like that.
Well, I mean, it was crazy for us because we were walking, so we were doing a 45-minute walk there. We'd see the Hollywood Hills. I mean, we were just in a kind of Airbnb,
Yeah.
but we're right like on the streets. And then I think maybe you should talk a little bit about that because that was quite inspiring as well. Because the streets of LA are pretty dirty,
Yeah.
in contrast.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way a lot of California is at the moment, the housing problem is a real issue, and you really, now when you go there, it really confronts you. There are people, like homeless people everywhere, and like living in like really difficult circumstances, and it's quite grotesque, the contrast, and I mean. Parts of England are similar, but I think it really confronts you in California. I think 90% of...
Compared to Beverly Hills, and you end up in a Skid Row, and
It's a real...
everybody's intense and
Yeah, you really...
something bent double with that. I don't know what they're drugging.
Our time wasn't there. We were walking on the streets in the studio. That was it, really. We were in the studio 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
That was it. So our experience was more just, feeling what was happening around us on our walks, and
Yeah.
not we weren't at any trendy bars or anything like that.
Yeah, I think it's so important, and it informs an amazing song like that. I mean, I think that's going to be a big live classic. It's a fantastic song. Great vocal, great lyrics, great keyboards, very horrors.
I think we felt like in London it was, this record especially, it was quite an insular process. We were spending a lot of time, just the two of us in Reese's bedroom. And one of the reasons we called it Nightlife is because we like the contrast of my nightlife, which is more informed by insomnia, and Reese's, which is more social. But yeah, I think the record process was very insular, and it felt kind of, I don't know, like quite dissociative at points. And then when we got to LA, it was a very similar feeling. It's I was there on my own for a week before the session started, and I didn't speak to anyone. I think you get very conscious of of how a city really feels when you sort of turn up and spend the time on your own.
Yeah.
Strangely, with that one though, there is a bit where there's a real intimacy with a lot of the music, and it felt quite close. And we were written in a basement. There's something about that one that's got a bit more optimism, and it, the fact that it did really come together in LA. It does feel a bit brighter, a bit more optimistic, which is why we decided to put it as the last track on the album.
Yeah.
So it's been quite a kind of dark journey, and that one takes you a bit of hope.
Yeah.
I think there's some horrors.
There's something, I mean, I don't know, I feel like parts of our music quite euphoric. But I mean, I think there's the optimism maybe is partly coming from the fact that we were starting to become aware that maybe we had a finished
You got a record. Yeah. It's like we're safe.
Well,
Yeah.
and also we're sort of in the middle of different kind of life shifts, and I think that the most exciting part for anyone making music is when you can see the finish line of this thing that you've been working on for however many years, kind of like crystallizing, and yeah, definitely.
It's amazing when you finish a record, you think, well, we can never make another one, and then you do. It's like, wow.
And the distance now between finishing and starting a new one is shorter than ever.